You know, you don't think about that stuff. You have a good idea, but you don't think about all the business aspects that go into actually executing on the idea, bringing partners in, taking money. Those are things that John's got experience doing, and he's really good at explaining how to do it. So, plus that mountain, it's a cool space. If you haven't been up there, go check it out. They do some cool events. All right. Today, by show of hands, who's here for the, let's see, we've done over 100 sessions. So who's been here for at least 100 1 million cups? Anyone? Anyone? Since the beginning? Anyone? John might be close. No? All right, okay. All right. Anders can raise his hand. He's been here, yes. And round of applause for Anders, guys. Yeah. Who's here for the first time? Awesome, welcome. We're excited. We're glad to have you. Is there like a group, like a tour group that came in? Because there's a lot of new people here.
No, what we've got is a launchpad team. The cohort of 16 teams from BYU starting today.
Awesome. So BYU Launchpad. Very cool. We welcome you. We knew you were coming. We didn't really know you were coming this soon, so we appreciate you guys coming now. So we support entrepreneurs in the community. That's student entrepreneurs, those are community entrepreneurs, those are people who the investment community who want to connect with the entrepreneur community. So people who are in the room vary from many different stages of entrepreneurship. And so really what we're all about is learning from the people who are presenting, and then 5 to 7 minutes of their presentation, and then question and answer. So if it's about their business model, if it's about a question you had about their idea, any type of feedback, that's why most of the presenters are here today. We've got the hashtag, hashtag 1MC and hashtag 1MC Provo. Oftentimes there's another conversation being had on the hashtag, so go check out the hashtag. 1 million cups. Yeah, we're one of many cities that do 1 million cups every Wednesday at 9 a.m. So on that hashtag, you'll also see other companies and other entrepreneurs presenting and commenting. So we'll kind of check the hashtag out. We've had a few companies that have been made awesome connections by other people that monitor the hashtag, reaching out to them. So if you want to show some love to the presenters today, tweet about them, hashtag 1MC, meaning 1 million cups, meaning 1 million conversations, meaning I'm going to stop talking and let it go. Our first presenter, cool group, excited to hear what they have to say, is the World Tech Academy. So go ahead and give a round of applause and we'll welcome them up this morning. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us out. Get some up here. So as Chris said, we are World Tech Academy. Up here we put our Twitter, our Facebook, and you can see our website. So if you want to follow us, see our updates, anything about our future courses, which you'll find out a little bit more about, you can go ahead and go to any of those sites and find out a little bit more about us. By way of introduction, we just want to talk about our mission statement first, which is kind of the goals and what we're trying to do at World Tech Academy. So World Tech Academy is the gateway to career in technology. We develop programmers with a passion for creating solutions. We curate the best resources available from our instructors to curriculum and provide a hands-on learning experience to help our graduates succeed as full-time developers. By way of introduction, our team, just really quickly, my name is Jared Rhodes. I'm one of the founders of, or co-founders of World Tech Academy. Right now at World Tech Academy, I work as business development, student acquisition. I help with marketing. Stephen Dewey is also one of our co-founders right here. Him and I started the company in 2014, was our first class. He works as one of our instructors as well as curriculum developers and also as an Angular developer.
Okay, I'm Sam Duzette. I'm one of the partners and instructors at WTA. I also do a lot of work in the curriculum, and I work as a full-time full-stack developer at Angle Point. Now, at World Tech Academy, we believe that there's a certain level of technical capability that anyone can and should develop. Now, even though we began as a very small course teaching super basic web development, We've since matured our flagship course and our overall curriculum to the point that all of our graduates who desire a full-time job have been able to get one. And that's been a real achievement. Now, part of what makes us successful as a company is that all of our instructors, or most of our instructors, are also the partners and the owners of the company. Because of that, we've been able to quickly identify issues in the curriculum or barriers to the success of our students, and been able to very quickly alter our experience to make sure that our students are very successful. Of course, the first issue that most people are considering getting into programming into is time. Let's see if they're going to talk about that.
So as we know, like many people consider this question, this is just a kind of a happenstance, like I don't have time to attend a code bootcamp. And many of us, like that's what I thought when I was considering learning code. And one of the things that we do to break down this barrier is we have a rolling admission. It's at any point that the student's ready to join the class, they can join the class. And it's enabled by our flipped classroom, where they do project-based work in the class, and then the lecture takes place outside of the class. So our community of students are at all different points in the class, but they can get the help that they need at the point that they're at. Another way that we do it is also through our, what was it? Oh yeah, we have a part-time class. We only do part-time classes. It's an 8-week part-time class that we help students who, a lot of us, can't quit our job and join a full-time camp. Some of us can, and that's great. But for those who can't, we offer these part-time courses in the evenings and allow you to still have, live your lifestyle until you're ready to join a tech company as a developer after the class.
Cool. At World Tech Academy, we also really feel that we've mastered the art of the part-time course. That's always been our focus from the beginning, and that's where a lot of the way we've designed our curriculum is going. Now, of course, one of the other issues is price. We've worked very hard since our first year to make sure that we keep our prices low. Our prices actually haven't changed since the first year, and we're now in our 3rd year of running profitably. We also allow flexible, individualized payment plans, and this really allows us to reach out to a lot more people who otherwise wouldn't have this opportunity. And that's one of the big reasons why we actually originally started at World Tech Academy. Now, of course, learning to code is hard. I don't think anyone in this room thinks that that's actually something that's easy to just go and you learn over the weekend, go on codecademy.com, and great, I can make websites. One of the main concerns that people have, or that they should have, about going to coding as a full-time career is whether or not it's something that they're going to like. Programming is hard, and unless you like it, you're not going to stay in the long run. So to make sure that our students actually like programming, we give them a free prereq course that they finish for free before they come and they join us full in our main course. We also allow them to come and try the class for free and come and experience, see if it's a good match for them and for us before they actually give us any money.
So the other concern in this, that is challenging or hard to learn to code, is people wonder, is the time and money that I'm going to invest in this going to be worth it to me? Am I going to be successful? If I want to get a new job, will I be able to get a new job after this course? If I want to be an entrepreneur and be able to build web applications or applications, will I be able to do that? And the way that we break down this barrier is through our course design. And the course design is based around a very small class sizes. We don't exceed 10 students, or rather we don't exceed 1 teacher for every 5 students, so that the students can get very high exposure to the instructors, be able to answer any questions that they have at any point in time. Also, we offer, it's a project-based curriculum. Like I said before, students will spend their in-class time working on projects, which is really where they're going to learn the most. Being able to solve real-time or real-world problems inside the class with the mentor there to help them out. Yeah, also.
Yeah, and another one of the big points of our curriculum is that in the long run, a developer who's kind of like a one-trick pony who can only do one web framework is very useful. We make sure that our students leave the course able to teach themselves anything new that comes up. So by the end of our course, our students aren't asking us, how do I do this? How do I do that? They've already learned how to figure that on Google. At the end, we're having more of a discussion on what are the merits of this approach to making my website, or the merits of coming at the solution this way. And that's really, as a developer, that's the reason why I am an instructor, because I really love seeing people develop that same passion for programming that I have. And that's really what drives us as a company.
Yeah. So the main reason we came today was to kind of talk a little bit about what's ahead in our effort to make sure that people can learn the technical skills that they want. We're trying to roll out a couple new courses, a few of which we've done before, but we're reintroducing them again this summer. The first of which is the WordPress Crash Course. It's a 4-week course that will go over how to build websites using the world's most popular website building engine, WordPress. Very powerful. And in this course, we take you from any skill level that you're at, a technical skill level that you're at, to a point where you have built either a website or numerous websites in the course, and that you can take those skills to work freelance jobs, work on your own website, or build a site that really suits your needs. We're also experimenting once again with breaking down borders of introducing our WordPress apprenticeship, where you can take this class for free. And then at the end of the class with your newfound skills, when you do WordPress freelance or make some extra money, you can pay us back at that point. That way you can kind of get the individualized experience, learn the skills, once again, seeing if it's something that's for you. And then once you've invested in yourself, you can pay us back the money. And if you want more details about that, we have a lot more details. I don't want to go into them too deep here. The next one is the video game summer camp. We know how passionate teens and kids are about video games. And we focus that passion into a desire to learn something productive from it, right? We teach them how to learn to code through building video games. We use the popular platform Game Maker. If any of you are familiar with that, we teach them the coding language associated with Game Maker, which is translatable to some of the other coding languages for web development. This summer camp is 4 weeks. We have 3 sessions going on this summer. The students will build many video games throughout the course, the last of which, their capstone project, is their very own video game. They design the characters, the levels. We have all the custom artwork done for them. And then they can post it on Steam and our own website to share with their friends and play. So it's a really, really fun camp that we're excited about. Both of these courses, the enrollment's now open. The enrollment for the WordPress course, the next one that we're having is May 17th. And the video game summer camp, the first session starts after kids finish with school. So if you have any kids that are in school, starts on June 7th. We're happy to answer any of your questions about our program and these classes at this point. And thank you for coming out.
So what percentage are taking a course to be a coder and get a job, and what are entrepreneurs, and how's that splitting up, and what's the price for your main coding course? You didn't say what that was.
Yeah, good question. So the price, I'll start with that one. The price for our main coding course is $3,200, which once again, we said payment plan, so you can break that up into affordable chunks. And the percentage, it's varied between the classes, like from year to year. But it's usually like, what would you guys say?
It's been 50-50 up until recently, and now it's more like 75-25.
Yeah.
But I think one of the coolest things about our course,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, around right now, about 75% of the people who are joining our course are working to become a full-time programmer, whereas before it's 50-50.
And so what's the placement rate on that?
Yeah, we've been having fairly small classes thus far, so it's been very easy to make sure that everyone gets a job. I can think of one exception where you had one student who paid for the full course and was present, but he didn't have time to actually work on it outside of class, so he didn't actually end up going through the full course. So he's kind of our one exception of someone who didn't get a job.
So that's 100% then.
So the course report, you don't have any reviews. That's a good place where you should be touting.
Yeah, we actually just got on there. We just Mark Anthony's helping us with that stuff. So we made our profile actually last week. So yeah. That's great advice.
One of the coolest things about our course, I think, is that when we had those 50-50, that 50-50 split, people coming in where some don't actually want to become full-time developers. Several of them actually changed their mind and later on became full-time developers because of their experience in the course.
Yeah, second question.
I have a question. Now, is your course, would it be, I've got a keyboard. I want to channel his energies. Would this be too young for him to look at, or should he, anyways?
Yeah, are you talking about like the full course or like the video game?
Well, even just to get started.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I think thanks for your question. We've had high school students in the course before. I think the youngest that he was a junior, so I guess that would make him 17. And so he joined the class and he did really well in the class. Now he's graduated from college and he works as a freelance developer, just doing a lot of sites he manages different sites for, his dad owns a bank, so he does that site and stuff. So definitely not too young to join if he's really interested, especially if he's interested in technology and he has that passion, we can help him out.
But I would say probably start him in the video game crash course and get him thinking programmatically. And then if he's enjoying that, then move him into more of the real technical stuff. Yeah.
Follow-up question. Do you guys have a group of, like a website or something for freelancers? Like I found Upwork. I don't know if you're familiar with Upwork, but I actually went there to hire somebody and it worked, but yet there was language barriers. Do you guys, for your graduates, do you have like a local source of freelancers for guys?
That's a really good idea.
We contract with like local companies and get some, like we'll get them work for the WordPress class and stuff, but yeah, that's what we're working on that right now. That's a great idea.
Most of our focus so far has been placing people in full-time jobs, as opposed to getting them freelance work. But with the WordPress course, I think your idea is great.
Thanks. Any other questions?
So in attracting new students, just what marketing efforts have you guys been using? What's been working?
Yeah, so marketing has been not our strong point. We've essentially had 2 full-time programmers that have full-time jobs that have, we've been doing this in our spare time. And so we've really been focusing our efforts on making the classroom experience really good. And so marketing is something, that's kind of why we're here, is we're trying to make an effort into actually getting the word out there a little more rather than just kind of word of mouth and people happening to find us on the second page of Google or something like that. But yeah, did you have something more?
Yeah, I was just gonna add to what Steven was saying. Once again, that's why we're here. We'd love to hear your advice, like using Course Report, that's great advice, and those sorts of things for marketing. Do you have any specific advice about marketing or? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll talk after. Yes.
Another question. What's interesting in your jersey right above you is that now.
Yeah.
How do you guys compare with, or do you compare yourself to that now?
Yeah. So we allow the students to make those comparisons. We're not exactly sure what other companies are doing. What we've always focused on is the student experience in our system and making sure that it works. And we know that it does work. And so that's what we tell people about. We get that question quite a bit, and that's usually what we tell people, so we don't misrepresent other companies or the experience that they're trying to do.
And I'm not sure exactly what DevMountain's doing right now, but from a logistical standpoint, our course is 18 weeks long, and it's only 6 hours required in class each week. And so it's a little less intensive on a weekly basis, but it stretches a much longer duration, and we allow students to go at their own pace. And so sometimes they finish earlier, but we've had a number of students who things have come up and they've decided to extend and just kind of take the course at the pace that is comfortable for them. Yeah.
So did you say this isn't your full-time job? First question. And the second, have you had people with problems with breaking up payments or kind of like letting people take the course and paying later?
Yeah, so right now I work as a full-time developer at Jolt. I do Angular front-end development, and Sam works as a full-time full-stack developer at Anglepoint. So that's kind of been a double-edged sword, I guess, because we're able to take everything we learn and we're doing that's relevant during our day jobs and infuse it directly into the student experience and make sure it's relevant to stuff that they're learning. But it does make it difficult to balance the time and everything like that. And your second question was in regards to payment plans and things. We've really only had one situation where someone kind of defaulted on a payment plan. Usually, even if people start the course for free, we develop such a strong community and friendship that, like, socially, it's just people would feel bad not following through, and that's I mean, maybe that's not scalable, but right now in our current setup where, you know, we have between 4 and 8 students coming on Tuesday and Thursday nights from 6 to 9, you know, everyone becomes like, you see your student friends more than your real friends, you know, twice a week for 3 hours. So we've never really had that big of an issue collecting payments, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Last question. What can we do as a 1 million cup community for you?
Cool, thanks. Yeah, so we prepared a little slide for that. One of our main focuses right now is we want to get a space up at the point of the mountain. We got about half of our students and one of our instructors comes down from Salt Lake twice a week. And a lot of the people interested in the video game course are also up in Salt Lake. And so we're hoping that with all of the new tech companies and the new buildings being built up there, we could find a situation where, you know, we could pay rent at a company that isn't using it in the evening. Because where we pay rent now, like, it just sits there all day, and then we come in the evening and use it. And so if any of you have connections with some companies moving in to the point of the mountain who maybe would be interested in having their space used 2 nights a week from 6 to 9 on Tuesday and Thursday. And also we could work out, you know, if they need developers, we can kind of channel some of our graduates towards their company. So that's one thing that we could really use from you guys today. And then another one is most of our students who've gotten jobs, in full transparency, it's been kind of just random things that we found or they found, and in some ways that's good because their merits have kind of spoken for them. But we'd like to, as we move forward, have more concrete channels for them to find jobs, rather than we focus mainly on getting them skills, letting their skills speak for them. But if any of you know of companies who are looking for front-end web developers that we can kind of form some soft ties with for hiring partners, that would be really beneficial for us as well.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, very cool. All right, so before our next presenter, while we go ahead and get set up, Campus Founders Fund, we're going to go ahead and give a few minutes to VeriSage breakfast sponsor to give a quick shout out. So here we go.
Thanks, Chris. Gosh, I can't quite see everybody, but this is, I'm Guy Harding. I founded VeriSage Custom Software back in 2002. And just kind of want to let you guys know what we do. We're highly involved in the entrepreneur community here. We have a startup dojo just up the street where we've got a little co-working space. We also have V-School, which is another one of those intensive boot camps. And we do, on the VeriSage Custom Software side, we make the impossible happen for our clients. And we hire from our boot camps, and we hired a lot of young entrepreneurs to come and help us build custom software. One example of what we do for our clients, we had one client who was a startup. Their flagship product was slow, and so we went in and improved its performance by 550%, and that allowed them then to market and sell to larger clients, larger customers, and move to the next level. On another client, they had a very complex sales process. They went in and collected several hundred data points for each sale, and then they would compile it in a spreadsheet model, and it was so complex only one person could really do it. So we automated all of that, made it so their entire sales force could do it, and they increased sales $20 million in the first year. So that's the kind of work we love to do at VeriSage. Love to answer any of your questions or just give you some of my take on entrepreneurship and stuff. I've been in in the startup scene since about 2000 when I switched over from civil engineering to writing software. And I've loved it ever since. So thank you. Verisage Custom Software. VERISAGE. And we're at verisage.us, and I've got a card if you want to go look that up or get more information. Love to talk to you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Shout out to clap hard because they're doing breakfast next week too. So you want good breakfast next week. But very cool. Verisage, they do. They say they're involved in the entrepreneur community. They really are. And so really happy to have them involved. We actually have had members of kind of their group of companies be here since kind of the beginning. So really excited to have them supporting us, and I appreciate all they do. All right. How are we doing? Good? Really good? All right, yeah, ready for the next group? We got cool group. Excited to have Bryce present to us, Campus Founders Fund. They do a lot of cool stuff. Excited to kind of, I think it applies to a lot of people as well, kind of good targets. So we'll let you come up and get your thinking caps on, ask them some good questions, and here we go.
Thanks. Yeah, so my name is Bryce DeFigurito. I am an engineering student at BYU. I'm here to talk about Campus Founders Fund. I recognize a lot of you. We've talked campus, at Campus Founders Fund, things like that. We're super excited. So Campus Founders Fund is venture capital by students for students. And like all venture capitalists, we want to fund the next big thing. But the next big thing, a lot of times, is on campus, and a lot of people don't hear about it. It's in a dorm room, or it's into nights around their classes and homework, and it's getting started, in those really early. And also on the student side, a lot of have a great idea, don't necessarily know how to execute, how to get funding, or how to talk to venture capitalists, things like that. So we're trying to bridge that gap between the venture capital world and maybe the entrepreneurial community outside of universities and Utah universities. So we invest in great student entrepreneurs. We generally 3 pitches of student-run startups, and we decided to invest. Started us. They started out with a $500,000 fund, and we make $10,000 to $20,000 investments in student startup. So we really invest students plus investment money plus mentoring is a formula for success. A lot of times, it's like great ideas, sometimes crazy ideas, but they just need like some mentoring or some connections or something like that. So we try to provide that for our students. So we were founded in 2014. Like I said, we're a $500,000 fund, like pre-seed. So before you're ready to go to a Kickstart seed fund or something like that, we give entrepreneurs money to get to that level. $10,000 to $20,000 investment. You can do a lot with a little bit of, but then we also try to provide other things like mentoring or connections to people in the entrepreneurial community here in Utah, or we'll sit down with them and look at their business with things like that. We have 11 students on the team. They're drawn from BYU, University of Utah, and Utah State. And we have right now 10 portfolio companies, and I'll talk about them. So here's our team. We've got students from University of Utah, Utah State, BYU. We've got students from a wide variety of backgrounds. I'm an engineering student. We've got people and biochemistry and consult like strategy, marketing, so all over the place. We try to do this so that we can have that breadth of experience so that when we look at these companies, hopefully somebody has, or maybe even expertise in that field, so that we can connect with all the different parts of campus. In computer science, who can meet coders and find out about tech startups. So we have people engineering and finance, so that we can meet people from all different backgrounds. Kickstarter Seed, an awesome resource for us. Obviously, they put up the capital so that we can make these investments, but they've also provided training so that understand a lot more about venture capital, which helps us to know how to, but also helps us know how to talk to the founders and raise $1 million